Hey there YouTube, this is Punk Rock Matt with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at LVUR01 Kamen ExAid Action Gamer. Got this guy today from Hobbylink Japan for 3,360 yen, which is roughly $32. Alright, let's take a look at his height, shall we? He's really about 6 inches. And if you include his little hair piece, he's like 16.5 centimeters, but I'd say he's really closer to 16. Here he is next to a couple of the older Rider gimmick line figures. Here he is next to Deep Spectre from Kamen Rider Ghost, Figuarts Ghost, and finally, Marvel Legends Daredevil. And I'll measure him again and do some more height comparisons when I transform him into his level 1 form. But that'll be later on in the review. Alright, let's take a look at his articulation. First off, ball jointed head. Pretty good movement out of that. Doesn't go back very much, but it goes forward decently and a little bit of side to side, and you can turn it. The collar gets in the way from a little bit of turning, but nothing too big deal. Shoulders have a socket and hinge, nicely implemented. Bicep cut, wrist cut. Fingers are articulated. They're done in 2 segments. Waist swivel, socket and hinge. The hips. Thigh cut. This is the first gimmick line to come with double jointed knees. But I think that's mostly due to his, level 1 form gimmick. Still kind of cool though. And then a ball joint on the ankle. And if you want to count it, this moves up and down. Pretty good stuff as far as articulation goes. These gimmick line guys are never as articulated as, say, Figuarts, but the stuff they have seems to get the job done. Now we'll take a quick look at his box. Excuse me, sir. This is actually a really honkin' huge box for one of these gimmick line figures. Action, Kamen Rider ExAid, Action Gamer. I didn't read that, I looked it up. Got the level 2 and level 1 forms right there. Picture of the figure. Picture of the actual suit up top, which I was not a fan of at first, but it's really grown on me. Back here shows you he's posable, you can transform him, look out for Brave, Bandai want your money, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's like, I'm not sure if you can really tell in the video here, but it is sizable compared to most of these gimmick line boxes. That's because of the level 1 shell. Speaking of the level 1 shell, we're going to take a look at his accessories. He doesn't come with much, but what he does come with, it's all good stuff. First we have the Gashakan breaker in hammer mode. Well sculpted. A lot of times the gimmick line figures don't have weapons that are painted very much, but I do wish it had like some white on it, or maybe a little green or something, because the straight up pink is kind of, it's just like kind of lazy. Got sword mode. Speaking of swords, Braves is in 2 colors. 3 colors, really. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, and then the most important part, the level 1 shell. I'll show you how to transform him into this in just a moment. An important thing to note is that he is the only figure so far that comes with that shell. So you're going to need to get him if you want to put guys like Brave or Snipe or Genmu in their level 1 forms. Also a quick thing, he does come with this little instruction packet. Show you how to transform him into his level 1 form and all that good stuff. It also shows here that the gamer driver and the Goshets, whatever the fuck, the little holder thing is removable, and I'm guessing that is for some later on releases. Because he comes with a bunch of like extra holes, like in his arms, and the side of his head, rib area, a leg right there. And I'm thinking that is for his like level 3 upgrade. And so maybe later on down the line you have to remove the belt and the holder or something along those lines. I'm sure there's some reason they're removable. So to transform him, it's not particularly difficult. Probably the hardest thing is this little chest plate here, which is very cool. I know it's a sticker under there, but it looks really nice. It's got the hammer and sword mode icons, not ghost icons. Okay, so you wedge your thumbnail or something under there. You remove the chest piece. And close his hands up. Turn his arms in like that. Turn his legs around. Fold them up. Make sure you're getting under the belt. Turn his feet to the sides. There we go. Push this up. This I actually found was a little easier to just remove. It's got little tabs right there. Okay, you take the shell, line up this peg right here with that hole in his back, which actually gave me a little bit of trouble earlier, but hopefully I can. There we go. Right, get him fixed in there. Put the chest piece on first. This was super freaking hard to remove from this, so I'm not going to press it in too tight this time. Whoop, not tight enough. There we go. And then push that down. Line it up right in there. And there you have it. Level 1 ExAid. So when I originally saw pictures of this, when ExAid was still in the rumor phase, I was like, well, that's stupid. But in watching the first episode, I actually thought it was really cool. So I'm very glad he comes with this. He can hold his hammer or his sword. It's a snug hold, but it works. Now the shell is not particularly articulated. There's a ball joint up here at the shoulders, but it's more like a, swinging the arm back and forth more than, well, the other back. So more side to side than back and forth, I should say. And then his wrists are articulated. But definitely pretty cool. Looks kind of funky in the back, but, that's how it goes. So it's pretty neat that the other figures in the series are going to be able to utilize the same mechanic, which I'm definitely happy about. So as promised, we'll measure him again. With the hair, he's coming at about 5.5 inches. And 14 centimeters. Here he is next to his fellow riders. And as I'm sure you can tell, he is a short and stout little thing. So I have to say, overall, I'm really happy with this guy. If you're not familiar with the gimmick line from Kamen Rider, they're never quite as articulated or quite as well painted or quite as well equipped with tons of accessories as, say, a Figuarts, but they are cheaper and they come out a lot faster. And I will say that as far as gimmick line riders go, this guy's tip-top. If there's any small complaints I have, it would be that the weapon isn't really painted at all. It's just mold and pink plastic. I think they could have done a little more with that. I also really wish the little stripes on his shoes, which are sculpted, were painted green, because I love the way his sneakers look. And then, this is such a minor gripe. There's a little black paint splotch right there, which you almost never get with these kind of figures. But his eyes and visor and everything are really well done. His mustache, his musty, looks nice and tough. The lines on the body and everything are really cool looking. I'm glad that his Gamer Driver's done in 2 colors. The sticker on here, which, I mean, you know, it's a sticker, but still, it's phenomenal. Love the way that looks. I like that the weapon's really well sculpted and everything. Just a very cool figure. So if you're into ExAid, I definitely suggest it. If you haven't watched the show yet, totally give it a try, because I wasn't necessarily expecting much, and I was very pleased by the first episode. So, also just a thing I want to note is that I wasn't even a huge fan of Ghost, but I got all the Ghost releases. I'm really liking ExAid so far, so I'm sure I'm going to get all of those too. So if you're into this line, check back at my channel in the coming months, because I'm going to have lots of reviews going up of these guys. So in closing, if you were thinking about getting this guy, hopefully I helped you make up your mind, and as always, I appreciate you watching. Take it easy, YouTube.